Hello viewers, this is Michael from Screen Review, bringing you a new podcast of my segment called The Boruto Review. And like always, I'm going to speak very loudly, very clearly, and very slowly in case you don't understand me. Also, I'll try to do my best not to break your heart during this audio podcast recording as well, not to cause any audio feedback as well. And finally, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will change to adult language. Once again, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will change to adult language. Now, if you're over 18, that means you're good to watch this on podcast recording. So anyway, with this everything out of the way, let's get into the latest episode of Boruto. So basically, this episode starts off like this. We see Konohamaru back at the Hokage office, telling Naruto, Sai, and you know. And Chikamaru what happened in the forest, what happened in the forest during the whole mission about Lord Al, and how, about Lord Al, Karaki, and what happened during that mission. So basically, Boruto was like, Naruto was not happy about Mujo dying, and was kind of shocked that Lord Al was working for the care organization as well. So basically, turns that Konohamaru would say he lasted. So basically, he told them that Konohamaru thought it was too dangerous to bring Karaki to the hidden leaf for this. So basically, they took him back to the research facility that Shirado was working at. So basically, and also he had the data from Karaki's containment unit and gave it to Shikamaru, and he said the cipher unit will study the data and whatnot. So basically, and also that Carl also told about the mark about Boruto's mark, and that Karaki had the same mark as Karaki and shit like that. So basically, meanwhile, Boruto, so basically back at the research facility at Ryukin, Boruto and his team was assigned to make sure that Karaki, to guard Karaki and shit like that. So basically, Professor Koski and as Professor Kite were still doing some research on do some research on Karaki's body, since he's made of scientific technology and whatnot. So basically, Boruto was still wondering about his karma mark, that he probably knows the name of his mark. He was still wondering that maybe that Karaki still knows more about his mark. And so basically, Boruto, but that's been ever since his mark started to activate, he's been wanting, and Poppy told him what his mark, the name of his mark, he wants over this was more into his karma mark. So it's from Karaki, but Karaki was not being cooperative. So basically, Karaki was locked up in his room, handcuffed with these special handcuff shackles and whatnot, that he couldn't do any jutsu. So basically, told him that Mr. Koski makes these special handcuffs that blocks any user from doing jutsu. So basically, and don't worry, even with his hands straight, he couldn't break out of them. So basically, Karaki was not happy to be caged, being locked up in the room by him, being locked up in the room, but whatnot, and started to beat on the door and try to get out. But he got so basically, just to make sure that Karaki doesn't hurt himself, they put some sleeping gas. That flooded the room with sleeping gas and forced Karaki to sleep, and that's when Karaki started to have bad dreams about how about the day that Jigen, the day he met Jigen and started to have bad dreams about Jigen, taking him as a boy and shit like that. When he finally woke up, Shirada, so basically Boruto, and Miki went in the room and tried to get, was trying to, trying to help, to get, Karaki some food, but Karaki was like, oh, take the food over, the tray of food over his thought, this food could be poison. So basically, Karaki is not, or still doesn't trust Boruto or any of them. Karaki still believes that, that Boruto and the others might be working for the care organization. So anyway, so basically Boruto was like, what bad Crocky by his shoulder and started to squeeze his shoulder very hard, was like, with action, you being very rude, and plus we're trying to help you, and plus, Boruto didn't realize he was squeezing the shit out of Crocky's shoulder until Michi's like, Boruto, that's enough, and Boruto finally realized that he was really hurting Crocky's shoulder, and Boruto let go. So basically, they just left the room, and like Michi's like, what's going on? I know you want answers about your mark, but you need to calm down. Karaki, so basically Karaki, over the camera in his room, we had to request to go to the bathroom. So basically Sarada, Boruto, and Mitsuki escorted Karaki to the bathroom because the room that he was being holding didn't have a toilet. So basically, Boruto, Sarada, and Miki escorted Karaki to the bathroom. So basically, they're passing by some researchers that had these special smoke bombs and so basically, Kawaki accidentally bumped into these researchers that was carrying these special smoke bombs. So basically, in the confusion, Kawaki managed to take one of the smoke bombs. So basically, once they got to the bathroom, Boruto and Mitsuki got blindsided by the smoke bomb that Kawaki, lifted from those researchers to test out these smoke bombs. So basically, Crocky taking advantage of this distraction managed to get away from Boruto and Mitsuki from the bathroom. So basically, he managed to crawl through the air vents and whatnot. So basically, Kawaki still can get free from his handcuff. So basically, Kawaki stumbled into a room with some scientific ninjutsu gauntlets and got one of the scientific ninjutsu gauntlets, got one of the scientific ninjutsu sheer launchers, and when he got funded by Shredder, he used the scientific launcher against Shredder, and that's when the Nimba who saw that Shredder was being hurt by, was just being hurt by Kawaki, it went all beast mode on him and grabbed Kawaki and started to bite Kawaki's right arm. So basically, the Nimba transformed into his lying mode and shit like that. That's how I'm calling it. But bit the shit out of Kawaki's right arm and shit. And Kawaki was screaming in pain, and so whatever was trying to tell the member to let Kawaki go, let him you're hurting him. So basically, the member didn't let let Karaki's arm go, and Karaki, like, was trying to was running to his guy, so it was bleeding from his shoulder, and once again, the member tried to bite Karaki again, but instead, accidentally bit off Karaki's handcuffs. So basically, when the member tried to bite Karaki for the second time, he accidentally bit off, the member actually bit off Clarky's handcuffs that was binding him not to do any jutsu of his own jutsu. So anyway, Clarky was kind of glad, even though he thought that monster was dangerous, he was kind of happy that the beast free him from the handcuffs, and he left the stairwell that he left the member and surrender in the stereo while he escaped. So anyway, while that was going on, Boruto and Sai was on the way to the research lab to confront this Karaki, to see, to question Karaki. So basically Naruto and Sai was on their way to the research lab to question Karaki. So anyway, they did not know that Karaki was being escaped. So anyway, basically Karaki managed to escape the research facility, but for some reason his regenerate powers was not activated. So basically, the member bit his shoulder pretty badly, and he was bleeding pretty badly. But Karaki was like, was wondering why his regenerate powers was not working to heal his shoulder after he got bitten by the member. So basically, he didn't care. He just wanted to get away from Boruto, and he did not want it to go. He did not want it to go back to Jigen either. So basically, that's so ended with Karaki with a badly bleeding shoulder after being bit by the member, leaving the research facility and headed to the forest with a badly bleeding shoulder, and that's how the episode ended with Karaki heading in the forest, heading to the forest, leaving the research facility with a badly bleeding white shoulder, and that's how the episode ended. So anyway, this was a good episode of Boruto. So basically, this episode of Boruto was not bad. So anyway, this was a good episode. So basically, this was a good episode of Boruto. So anyway, what do you guys think about this episode of Boruto? Was it good, was it bad, or was it just okay? Please let me know in the comments below this podcast. So anyway, like always, this is Michael from Screen Review. Sign off. 1.